Maxwell understood the implications of entropy. He knew that if he mixed two gases, one hot and one cold, the result would be warm gas. And he knew that the gas would stay warm and mixed rather than separating into two halves. But he wondered, what if we introduced a tiny demon who can sense each and every atom in the gas? This demon can turn around atoms, directing slow atoms to one side and fast to the other. As the temperature of a gas is a reflection of the average speed of its atoms, the demon could effectively separate the warm gas into two unequal halves, one hot and one cold. The demon seems to have broken the laws of thermodynamics. It has taken the disordered state, the warm gas, and created a more ordered state, hot and cold gas. And whilst this is only a thought experiment, arguments over the meaning of Maxwell's demon have raged for over 150 years. Some have stated that the demon must be expending energy to sort the gas atoms, and so total entropy will continue to rise. However, some have proposed that it is not energy that is important, but the fact that the demon uses information, namely the speeds of the atoms, to do the sorting. Linking energy, entropy and information might seem a little strange, but over the last 3/4 of a century, this link has become stronger and stronger, and as any touch of a computer will tell you, processing information generates a lot of waste heat. But the situation is even more complex than that. For it is not simply the processing of information that leads to waste heat, but the forgetting. When we add 3 and 2, the answer is of course 5. But if I told you an answer was 5 and ask what two numbers are summed together, you cannot answer. In a similar way, inside a computer, logic gates combine electronic signals to do the addition. Whilst two numbers are fed in, they are forgotten as the single answer is spat out. The calculation is irreversible, the inputs lost to the universe. And in the action of forgetting, the logic gates heat up just a little. In this way, thermodynamics provides us with the ultimate limit for forgetting. Called the Landauer limit, it is the inevitable release of energy from erasing a single bit of information, and at room temperature, it is just over 1/100th of an electron volt. Proven experimentally in 2012, scientists believe that at present computer chips produce thousands of times more heat than this limit, but by 2035, they will most likely reach it. That tiny bit of waste heat inescapably increasing the entropy of the universe. Ultimately, across the cosmos, it is this irreversibility of calculations that drives entropy to increase. Forgetting information is therefore an essential ingredient for defining an arrow of time. Does this mean that for yesterday and tomorrow to have meaning, we must forget? Is the existence of the future implicitly tied to our inability to remember? And it is now we can return to our lonely civilization on the brink of universal heat death in the far distant future. When all useful energy is used up and entropy is at maximum, would time even have any meaning? And so, we have now reached a turning point. The foundations of modern time and space can only get us so far, and though they are useful, there is another revolution coming. A new order that will lead directly to the last days of our lonely black hole world. And as we continue in our journey, we are going to have to explore new time and new space.